Hello everyone, welcome to Officers Adda 24/7. This is Adda 24/7 English channel, and we have started our series on Champion series. We are bringing you concepts as well as questions of different modules and units so that you get an idea of what you can expect in your JIB exams. And you should start your preparation for JIB exams as early as possible because you'll get a lot of time, because there are around 165 units which you have to study for your JIB exams in all these four subjects that you have to study. So for that, we are starting with principles and practices of banking. We have already covered 3 units of this uh, subject, and today we are taking up unit 4, and the unit 4 is about opening of account of various type of customers. So what all we have to study in this particular unit is, so we will be studying about different kind of accounts, like personal accounts. In personal accounts we have account of individuals, joint account holders, illiterate person, blind person, minors. And in other customers we have HUF, Hindu undivided family, sole proprietorship firms, partnership firms, limited liability partnerships, limited companies, club association, unregistered bodies, trust, executor, administrators, cooperative societies, government and public bodies. And then we have norms for opening current account. There is a recent norm which has been updated in 2020. So as per RBI, these are the latest norms for borrowers who have CCOD facility in bank, borrowers who do not have CCOD facility, monitoring and other guidelines, and there are specific exemptions. So let's begin today's topic on account opening and what all are required while considering the different kind of accounts which we generally open in our banks. So first of all, we are starting with personal accounts and accounts of individuals. So what we have to see while opening account of individuals. For individuals, any individual for which we are opening an account, he should be major in age. And what major in age means, that he or she should be more than 18 years of age. More than 18 years of age. Second is of sound mind. Person should be of sound mind. He should be able to sign any contract, because any kind of document which is being signed by the customers in bank, there is some kind of contract in it, and only those person who are of sound mind can understand what they are signing for. So that is why it is very important that account you are for which you are opening, customers for which you are opening account, he or she should be of sound mind. Third is, should not be undischarged insolvent. If any court has uh, termed them as insolvent, then they should get a discharge from that particular court. Or if they have been disqualified from contracting, if they have been disqualified by any court of law for getting into a contract with any party, then you should be very careful while opening an account, because under the guidelines of RBI, you cannot open the account if the customer is undischarged and insolvent, or if it is disqualified from contracting. Account opening form should be signed by individual in whose name the account is to be opened. Any other person cannot sign that particular document. Only in case of minors, the natural guardian can sign on behalf of the minor account holder. In certain situations, like an individual is not of sound mind or is a minor form, may be signed by her court-appointed guardian or natural guardian, as the case may be. So in some of the cases, natural guardian is obviously the parents, mother and father, and in some of the cases, if parents are not there, Then court appoints some of the guardians for people or person who is not of sound mind or who is a minor. In that case, they can sign on behalf of that particular person. And KYC is to be obtained for guardian also, because as per the guidelines for customers, guardians are also classified as customer of the bank. So we will have to obtain KYC documents of not just the account holder. In this case, when we are opening account for any minor or person of not sound mind, it can be this account will be operated by another person who is appointed by court, and for them also we have to take the KYC documents. And so this is it. Second comes joint account holders. Joint account holder is an account opened in name of two or more persons. So there are two and more individuals are involved while we are opening joint account. These accounts are opened when the funds belong to more than one person and they desire to exercise joint control on their use. There could also be one scenario where one person is earning, but they can open joint account with, suppose say, with spouse or with kids, so that they can use that amount. So it belongs to both of them, but they desire to exercise joint control on their use. For a joint account opening form should be signed by all account holders. It cannot be done that only one account holder will sign and the other person doesn't know that he or she is having a joint account with another person. So in that case, all the holders will sign the account opening form. Depending on need and situation, different operational modalities are opted by the customer. So what kind of modalities we have? We have either or survivor. We have either or survivor, or it could be jointly. In jointly, all the holders will sign. Either of survivor, any of the survivor can sign, or there could be former or survivor, or anyone or survivor. So in subsequent units, we will see what does this all mean. And these are different kind of modalities in which joint account can be opened. Joint account can be opened with resident Indian plus non-resident Indian can also open account with their close relative. Only close relatives are allowed. Uh, Close relatives who are resident Indians, they can open joint account with non-resident Indians. Now comes account of illiterate person. In illiterate case of illiterate person, whatever rules relating to the account are, it has to be clearly explained to an illiterate person, that they will have to bring their passbook, they have to get the passbook regularly updated. You have to tell everything about the account, that we are obtaining your KYC documents, you will be depositing your money in this account. For withdrawing, you will fill the withdrawal slip and then you can withdraw, and for withdrawing you will have to come to the branch with your passbook. So you have to tell everything, explain everything to the illiterate person in a language which is understood by him or her. She should be advised that for withdrawing money, she has to personally come to the bank. If there is a person, then he or she has to come with the passbook personally. No one else can withdraw from those accounts. So they will come with their passbook every time and they have to be present in the branch uh, personally. Checkbook should not be issued to her under any circumstances, even in case of joint account. So even if there is a joint account holder who is having joint account with any of the relatives, you cannot issue checkbook in those cases. Left hand thumb impression of the account holder is obtained on account opening form, and this is done in the presence of an authorized bank officer and a person well known to the bank who will attest her thumb impression on the account opening form. And we obtain passport size photograph, and every withdrawal should be orally confirmed. Suppose a person comes to your branch who is illiterate person and he or she is withdrawing, suppose 5,000 rupees, then you have to get it confirmed from the person orally that you are going to withdraw 5,000 rupees from your account. And this should be done very, not where a lot of people are present, because that is something you have to keep it in a secret way, that how much the person is going to withdraw. So this is one thing a banker has to do while withdrawing account amount from the account of any illiterate person. Next comes blind person. We also open account for blind person, and there is no legal bar for a blind person to open a bank account. It means that there is no objections from the side, there is no guidelines which debars any blind person to open any kind of account. Due care must be exercised in case of blind person, as there may be there may not be inconsistency sorry there may not be consistency in their signature. We have to be very careful that because they cannot see, maybe their signature will not be consistent all the time. So if it is not consistent, what we can do is we can take thumb impression in that case. Where branch manager is satisfied, he may allow blind person to operate the account by himself or by next of kin to the blind person after taking proper letter of authority from the blind customer. So branch manager has the power that he or she can allow the blind person to open the account independently if he or she is willing to do that, and if he or she wants to give the rights to someone else, and in that case you will have to obtain a letter of authority from blind person, and you have to get this confirmed orally also that he or she is willing to do that. And even in that, he or she will have to be present every time there is any kind of withdrawal, and entries and the balance must be made up to date in the passbook at the time of each transaction and should also be read out to her. So the as a branch as a banker, you have to read out that to the blind person, that whether he is depositing, he is withdrawing money, and how much that amount is. You have to read it aloud, but again it should be done in some kind of privacy. It should not be in front of other people. Now comes a minor case. So according to Indian Majority Act 1875, every person domiciled in India attains age of majority after completing the age of 18 years. So a minor person will become major once they complete their 18 years of age. A minor is not competent to enter into a contract. They are not allowed to enter any kind of contract, and so this is very important point. A contract for the supply of necessities, but there is an exception to this, that if there is any kind of contract which is for supply of necessities of life, suppose a minor doesn't have parents and court has appointed a legal guardian to look after the minor. In that case, if a minor is holding any kind of estate, he or she can sign a contract for getting the necessities of life. That is a exception which has been given. So as per status of the party to a minor is a valid contract. This is an exception. In exceptional cases, this is allowed. Banks allow minor above the age of 10 years to open and operate deposit account. So any minor who is above 10 years of age and can sign their document, we can open their account as a banker, and below 10 years of age, they can open their account as a joint account with their natural guardian. On minor attaining majority, guardian will not operate the account any further without confirmation from the minor. So once the minor becomes 18 years of age, the guardian will not be operating the account. You have to get the confirmation from the minor that how much balance was in that account, and after that you will give all the rights to the minor who has become major now. So on attaining majority, the erstwhile minor should confirm the balance in her account. So these are the guidelines for accounts of minors. Now comes accounts of HUF. What is HUF? In a HUF, HUF is Hindu undivided family. Hindu undivided family. So in a HUF, business is inheritable. Someone started the business, they have a person like the daughter, son, and they can take over the business. They can start working in that family business. So this business runs within the family. Where a Hindu dies leaving a business, it passes on to legal heirs. Members of family are called partner, and the eldest male child is the manager or the karta. All the rest of the family who are members of the family are called co-partners, and the eldest male child or the senior most person will be the manager or the karta of the HUF. Since 2005 amendment to Hindu Succession Act, daughters, whether married or unmarried, are also recognized as co-partners. So after 2005, daughters, whether they are married or unmarried, they are also considered as co-partners in the HUF, and eldest female member can also become Karta in a HUF. And when an account is opened in the name of a HUF, adult member have to sign even though the Karta would operate on the account. So the main person who will be operating the account will be the Karta. What documents we have to obtain while opening HUF account? We have to obtain account opening form where all the co-partners will sign. Specimen signature will be obtained, signed by the Karta. Joint family letter signed by all the adult members will be taken. And if there is a minor member, that natural guardian will sign on behalf of the minor, and we have to obtain KYC documents of all the members of the family. Then comes sole proprietorship. What is a sole proprietorship? Sole proprietorship is a firm where a single person is doing almost everything. He's looking after the operations, he's looking after the finance, and he's doing the business on his own without any help. He can have some employees under him, but the main person who's running the business is a single person. So in case of sole proprietorship, law does not distinguish between proprietor and the proprietorship concern. Proprietor is the person who is running the business, and proprietorship concern is the firm. This is the firm, and proprietor is the person running the business. Therefore, account of a partnership firm can be treated as an account of an individual because there is no distinction between proprietor and proprietorship firm. That is why the accounts are also treated as one and the same for the firm as well as the individual. There is no demarcation of the accounts of proprietorship firm and the individual who is running the business. Saving account cannot be opened in the name of proprietorship firm. Proprietorship firm does not require any document of incorporation, nor is it required to be registered with any statutory authority. So you don't need any kind of incorporation letter for proprietorship firm. You just have to ensure that there is a firm which is running and which where he's doing some kind of business, he or she. And second thing is that it is not mandatory to get it registered with any statutory authority. Document which we need for opening proprietorship firm's account is current account opening form signed by the proprietor. We will obtain the current account opening form. Specimen signature card signed by the proprietor because there is a single person, you need only one signature. And proprietorship declaration or letter as per bank format. And also one more thing, in all the accounts you have to mandatorily obtain the KYC documents. So these are the documents which are required for opening account of a sole proprietorship firms. Now comes partnership firms. So in partnership, you need at least two people to have some kind of partnership between two and more people. It is defined in section 4 of the Indian Partnership Act 1932, defines partnership, and registration of partnership is optional except in the state of Gujarat and Maharashtra. In all other state, it is not mandatory, but it is mandatory to register the partnership firm in Gujarat and Maharashtra. And for opening account, we don't need registration. But when we have to do any kind of loans to them, when they come for any kind of loan to you, then you have to obtain registration of that particular partnership firm. And when we will go to functions of bank, which is the second module of this principles and practices of banking, then we will see that why do we need registration of partnership firms in while giving any kind of loan. So what are the rules for opening and operations? Partner should sign for and on behalf of the firm. In case of any dispute among partners, if there is any kind of dispute among partners, and if any partner give notice of stoppage of operation, all operation must be stopped and it can be restarted. It can be made operative only by all partners jointly. If any partner asks for stoppage, you need stoppage request from only one partner and you have to stop the operations. But you have to restart the operations only when all the partners sign and request the bank to um, make it operative. When there is an addition to partnership, if there is one person, suppose there were three person A, B, C, who were partner in a partnership firm. Now D wants to join in this particular ABC firm, and in that case the old account can be continued if the balance is in credit. But if there is a debit balance, the old account should be freezed if a new person is joining the partnership firm. If there is a death of a partner, then the partnership firm dissolves automatically and the operation in account should be stopped. Banker should close the account of the firm and secure a letter of administration from the court. So in that case, if any of the partners dies and as a banker you get to know that any of the partner has died, you have to stop all the operations in the account. And for any kind of changes, you have to get a letter of administration from the court that what and that account has to be closed. what documents do you have to obtain for opening partnership firm account? You need current account opening form signed by all partners. You need specimen signature cards where you will get signature of all partners. All partners' signatures will be obtained. You need partnership letter signed by all major partners, original partnership deed with a certified copy, certificate of registration. It is optional while opening account, but while giving any loan to the partnership firm, you have to take the registration mandatorily. Then comes instructions regarding person authorized to operate the account. You need this. There should be any kind of resolution that who will be authorized to operate the account, and you have to take PAN number of the partnership firms. And in addition to all this, you also need KYC documents of all the person concerned, that is partners as well as the person who is authorized to sign the documents or to person who is authorized to operate the account. Now, important portion of this unit is norms regarding opening of current account. So this is new guidelines which has come up from RBI, and this is very important, not just for exam purpose but also for the operational guidelines of the bank. So for CCOD account, norms for opening current account, and there are categories. First category is that borrowers who have CCOD facility. Second is borrowers who doesn't have CCOD facility. So in this also you will have up to 5 crore, where exposure is up to 5 crore, exposure from 5 crore to 50 crore, and above 50 crore. So the different guidelines has been given by RBI for opening current account in these cases. So first of all, we are taking borrowers who have CCOD facility. In case of borrowers who have CCOD facility, there is no restriction on opening account up to 5 crore or on providing CCOD facility, subject to obtaining an undertaking that they shall inform the bank as and when the credit facility availed by them from the banking system reaches 5 crore or more. So wherever they have their exposure of banking system is less than 5 crore, they can open their current account, but as a banker you have to take one undertaking that they will inform the bank whenever their exposure increases from more than 5 crore. And borrowers where exposure of system is 5 crore and more, such borrower can maintain current account with any of the bank with which it has CCOD facility, provided that bank has at least 10% of the exposure of the banking system to the borrower. So what does this mean is, suppose there are two banks, I'm taking example of PNB, SBI and Bank of India. So a person is having there is a company called ABC Limited, and he is having 10 crore exposure in from PNB, 10 crore from SBI, 10 crore from Bank of India. All of them are having, so its total exposure is of 30 crore, and from 30 crore each bank has around 33% exposure of the customer. The total customer exposure is of 30 crore and everyone is having around 33%. So any of these, if these are CCOD account from PNB, from SBI, Bank of India, so any of these bank can open current account. But if suppose Bank of India has exposure of just 1 crore out of 33 crore, and rest is with these two banks, suppose this has this PNB has 10 crore and SBI has 32 crore exposure. So Bank of India will not be able to open current account. PNB and SBI can open if they have total exposure. Total exposure means 10%, more than 10% exposure of 30 crore, then they can open the account, current account. Other leading bank may only open if there is a other leading bank, then they can open collection account, but in that case that amount has to be get transferred to the CCOD account, and there should be only within that transfer should be within 2 working days to the CC account with the bank which maintains the current account for the borrower. In case none of the lender has at least 10% of the exposure of banking system, in that case the bank having the highest exposure may open a current account. So in that case, if suppose none of the bank is having more than 10%, then if there are more than 3 accounts, if there are multiple accounts and none of them are making up to 10%, then any of them the bank which is having highest exposure can open current account, and non-lending banks are not permitted to open a current account for such borrowers. So if there are apart from this, if ABC Limited wants to open current account in central bank, say, and ABC Limited has absolutely no exposure in central bank, then central bank cannot open current account for ABC Limited. So let's do some questions regarding what we have already done in this particular unit. Which of the following is or are correct in case of joint account holder? A joint account holder is an account opened in the name of two or more individual. A joint account are opened when the funds belong to more than one person and they desire to exercise joint control on their use. Joint account of resident of a non-NRI is not permitted with resident account holder. The account opening form should be signed by all account holders. Joint account can only be opened as either or survivor modality. So which of the following is or are correct? We have to find the correct options. 1, 2 and 5, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 4 and 2, 3, 1, sorry, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this is true that a joint account can be opened for two and more person. Joint account are opened when fund belong to more than one person and they desire to exercise joint control on their use. This is also true. Joint account of resident with a non-resident is permitted. It is, so this is not correct. The account opening form should be all signed by all account holders. This is true. And we can open as either or survivor, but this is not the only way. There are other modalities as well through which we can open joint accounts. So this is not true. And so the right answer is 1, 2 and 4. C will be the right answer. Now, which of the following is or are not correct? Checkbook should not be issued to an illiterate person under any circumstances. There is a legal bar for blind person to open a bank account. Where the branch manager is satisfied, he may allow blind person to operate the account by herself. A contract for the supply of the necessities of law as per status of the party to a minor is a valid contract. Only one, only two, only three, or only four. So which one is not correct? Right answer is that there is no legal bar for we can always open account of blind person. So this is not correct, and so right answer is only two. Which of the following documents are required for opening HUF account? Account opening form signed by all the adult members of the HUF, specimen signature card signed by the Karta, joint Hindu family letter signed by all the adult members of the HUF, registration certificate. In case of HUF has a minor member, the natural guardian should sign on her behalf KYC documents. All except 4, all except 2 and 4, all except 3 and 4, none of the above. It is. You don't need any registration certificate. So all except 4 are correct. Which of the following are not correct in case of partnership firm? Partner should sign for and on behalf of the firm. In case of any dispute among partners, if any partner give notice of stoppage of operation, all operation must be stopped. Then the account must be operative only by all partners jointly. When there is an addition to partnership firm, the old account can be continued if the balance is in credit, but if there is debit balance, the account should be freezed. Death of a partner dissolves the partnership firm automatically. The operation in the account should be stopped. The banker should close the account of the firm and secure a letter of administration from the court. All except 4, all except 2 and 4, all except 1 and 3, or all are correct. Answer is we have already seen while doing the unit, so all are correct. Firm XYZ Limited has approached your branch to open current account. The firm is having CC limit from ABC Bank of 10 crore and term loan of 5 crore from PQR Bank. It does not has any loan in your bank. Can you open the current account? Yes, because the firm does not have any current account in our bank. No, because non-lending bank cannot open such accounts. No, because the firm is having CC limit with ABC Bank. So only ABC Bank can open their current account. None of these. Right answer is no, we cannot open account because non-lending bank cannot open such accounts. So this is this is all what you have in Unit 4. This is not a complete unit because it is difficult to cover the whole unit. All the units and principles and practices of banking are mostly very voluminous and it is very difficult to cover it in short period of time. You need a lot of time to complete the whole unit. And we have already started our batch and we are also having discounts on the batches which has been already launched. Our JIB batch 2025 batch is starting from 30th of November. You can buy Mahapack where you will be getting benefits of other batches as well. So for enrolling to our courses, because we'll be going into detail of all the units in our classes, so for that, you have to go to our Adda site. And if you have still not downloaded the app, then download the app. Follow us on YouTube and you will be getting a lot of information on app as well. You can download it through Google Play or Apple Store. Then you have to go to all courses, JIB, CIB. And in JIB, CIB, you can take the Mahapack or you can directly go to JIB May 2025. Here also you will find that we have Mahapack where you are getting double validity and we have launched our increment batch both in English as well as Hindi. You can take these courses now and you can start your preparation and you can start your preparation as early as possible. So you will go to the course which you want to buy. You have to go to buy now and here you will go uh, take the code Y984 and then apply and you can see that there is 79% off, and if you are registering enrolling through the app then you will get additional 1% discount on this. And our sale is going on till Tuesday, so enroll as early as possible. Start your preparation because you will have your annual closing as well as statutory audit. And the units are very voluminous. There are 4 subjects, and if you start now you can aim for completing your clearing your GIB in one single attempt. And one additional benefit that you get for by clearing in a single attempt is that you have to clear your all your subjects with 45 marks only, and in aggregate it should be more than 200. So with that, wishing you all the best. I hope you will join our courses and we'll see you in the class.